Welcome to lesson 2.6. In this lesson, we'll be discussing the secondary criteria on how to find hot-selling product opportunities on Amazon.com. Before we get into the criteria, there are a few important points I'd like to make. Number one, do not consider these until you've filled out your product opportunities spreadsheet. Okay, the secondary criteria are meant to help you narrow down your 20 or 30 product opportunities that you have on your spreadsheet to the top 3. So you're going to use those 4 primary criteria that we went through, that we studied in the previous 4 videos. You're going to use those 4 to fill out your spreadsheet with around 20 to 30 opportunities. Once that's done, then you will use these secondary criteria to help you narrow down that list to the top 3. So if you haven't completed your product opportunity spreadsheet yet, do that first. Then watch this lesson to help you narrow down your list. So now let's get into the secondary criteria. Number 1, is it private labelable? Right? There may be a product on your list for which you can't find any manufacturers or suppliers online. And that's happened to me a couple of times. It's not the normal case. For most of your products, if not all of your products, you will be able to find a manufacturer or supplier. However, there may be one or two that you may not be able to find a private labeler or a supplier or manufacturer for, and that's okay. Okay, so that's the first of the secondary criteria. Is it private labelable? Second, is there potential to build a brand? Okay, so when you are looking at your potential products, you want to see and you want to think, okay, well, if I was to add products during the next few months, will I be able to build a brand if I start with this product right now? Okay, so think about that. Number 3, are you knowledgeable about it? Generally, those who are knowledgeable about the product that they select, they are very successful with it. I know a pharmacist who's doing nutraceuticals and he's extremely, successful with it. I know someone who has extensive knowledge in the beauty industry who's doing a beauty product. I know someone who has extensive knowledge in the fitness industry and he's doing fitness and fighting and, boxing products. So when you're knowledgeable about something, it helps a lot because it's almost like a hidden competitive advantage. Most of the competitors, most of the products that are being sold, the people who are producing them, they're private labeling them, they have no idea about those products. They're not knowledgeable in that industry at all for the most part. And so it's very important that you're knowledgeable about your product, and that'll help you down the road. Number 4, are you passionate about it? Very similar to the previous one, are you knowledgeable about it? If you're passionate about your product, if you're passionate about what you're selling, then it will really go a long way and it'll help you keep you motivated. So a friend of mine, a colleague of mine, she is very passionate in the beauty industry. She knows all about these facial creams and this and that. And she's built this, mega brand on Amazon and online because she's so passionate about it. She's always reading articles and this and that. So the passion and the knowledge almost go hand in hand in some cases. And if you're knowledgeable about the product and the market and you're also passionate about it, it can really help go a long way, especially if you're looking to build a brand in the future. So these are basically the 4 secondary criteria that you want to consider. And again, these are used at the very end when you have your finalized kind of list of products. You can kind of use these to help narrow it down even further. So number 1, is it private labelable? Number 2, is there potential to build a brand in the future if you start with this one product? Number 3, are you knowledgeable about the product or about the market? And number 4, are you passionate about the product or about the market?